Hi, I'm going to do an update of the books that I'm reading. I practically just came back to read. It's almost half of the year, and it took me a little time to get in that way. And now it's like I'm reading one after another. I'm not a fast reader, and I do while I'm at work. And my reading journal I did on 2024, I believe, and I have a plan for when I wanted to do like a challenge and everything, and I create this. I think you saw the video, and I decided to do like having fun on my planner. Is I haven't done too much. I began to do the month. I don't know, it just to track how I was reading everything. And the time that I was reading more, in that time I was reading much more than now. And I have just description of what I read because I love to know what was about the book. And that is practically, and then I have a lot of reading, and then can I stop? And I decided, okay, the last time that I did some reading was on January 2025. So we are more than a year overdue on that. And I did only the reading of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. And now we are in May. May, I decided to create just something simple, something very nice that represent the flowers. They still like spring, and I wanted to do something just in only black and white because then I wanted to create for my next for my entries a little more color, and that was the reason I went just for black and white. For the first entry, I have The Sweet Life. And this is a really nice book. It's a Christian book. It has a little of everything, romance, hopes, and everything. It's about, it's the first book of Cape Cod Creamery series, and it's about Dawn. Dawn was getting married, and suddenly she got her fiance told her that he wanted to stop the wedding, that he was not ready for this, that he thought that it was not the right thing to do. Dawn was some kind of woman that had everything organized in her life. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has a way to be and how to do it, and always very, or how to say it, like to don't play with her luck. So she was just a very dull life, to be honest. And the boyfriend or fiance was feeling that that's not what he wanted in that moment. They were dating since they were kids, practically. And the year before, Dawn's father died in a work accident. So he was feeling like it was the right time to ask for the to get married. And so Dawn was preparing everything. Also, she was the kind that was so workaholic, and she was looking forward to get a partnership on the company that she was working. For that reason, she told the fiancé that the honeymoon has to be short and close, and they decided that they were going to Cape Cod. That is a place where she used to spend vacation with her father and her mother. So that was the plan. But we calling out the wedding and everything, the fiancé told her that please use the package that I bought for the honeymoon and go relax, enjoy, because he tried to be friends, but she was done with him. When she went to visit her mother, she and her mother didn't have like the best relation. Her best relation was with her father. They were similar. They used to have as a hobby to make ice cream and perfection the vanilla ice cream and spend hours doing that. That was one of the hobbies. So went to talk with the mother and say if she wanted to come with her to Cape Cod, and she said yes. For some, I'm not remember very well how, but she discovered that the mother just finished all the treatment for breast cancer. She was in shock that she never said anything, so that was a bigger reason for her to bring on the vacation time. While they were on vacation, the mother was always going and looking the town and everything, and she found a creamery that it was like a historic building that was falling apart. She fell in love with the creamery, and she decided that she wanted to stay and live there. So she was using the insurance money to buy that. Dawn was not happy about that, but since she went through and did all that, she decided, okay, I will stay with you until Memorial Day. I will help you to get this working, and then we will sell this. Dawn began to create ice cream, all vanilla, until the mother kind of convinced her in some way to create different flavor. But what I want to go forward and not give all the details of what happened is like during this time, thanks to the mother that always was praying and asking God for guidance when things were getting crazy, they were able to get the creamery going. Dawn also find herself and discover what she really wanted in life, and it was not what it was, the direction that was going her life. The ex-fiancé that was very good friend with her and the mother also helped them to be able to open this creamery, and they decided that they are going to live there. So that's in very big steps telling you the story. Is beautiful to read. I have a lot of fun. I love it. The next story that I have is the next book that I read is The Dreadful Fate of Jonathan Yorke. This is like a mix between cartoonish and some writing in a cartoonish, and it's about Jonathan Yorke, a very simple man that all his life was pleasing everybody and doing whatever they say. The point like the boss will one day tell him, I want that you make this place in this way. He will please him, he will do it, and then the next day will come and say, well, no, I want that you change this. And he will not complain or anything, he will just change that display. So his life was in that way. One day he was walking, just walking around in the evening, when he noticed, because he was lost in his thought, he got lost in the swamp and it was dark and he couldn't find his way back to home. On the walk he found 3 people, like a lady and 2 guys, and they told him it's hard to find your way in the dark, so the best option is to go to, I don't remember the name, one inn that was in that area, because it's safe. It's not safe to be in the swamp at this time of the hours, you know. So they went there, and the owner of the inn, it was a couple, an elder couple, and they say, we will give you a key for a room to each one, but you have to tell me a story. So each one of them were given a story. When was the time for Jonathan to say something, he has nothing to tell. He didn't have stories, adventures, anything. So the owner of the inn kicked out Jonathan from the inn because he thought that he was lying. What happened is, like, when Jonathan was kicked out of the inn, he found a lot of adventures, very dangerous one, so hard to do, that I actually made Jonathan open his eyes about life, get brave, have a voice. And when he was able to, because I don't want to tell you all that happened there, but he's involved like bandits and critters and treasures and everything. When he finally was able to escape and run back to the inn, he finally have a story to tell. And the owner of the inn say, look, if I never kick you out, you will still have your life without any adventure. But now you got one and you have your boys and everything. So it's a interesting book. I enjoy. The book is sometimes hard to read if you are reading in a Kindle, because it has the graphics and the words are very mixed in long areas. So you have to be moving the Kindle, the area where you're reading a lot. But it was good. So that is so far how much I read for May. And now on June, I will have to do something for June, but that will be for another day. And I hope this was distracting. And I will see you in my next review for books. Have a good day.